Gentlemen, I just wanted to introduce you to an excerpt of a webinar that we had earlier, just a few hours ago. It was regarding the beginnings of online dating and getting other guys up to it. The group involved is part of the team members in men's divorce coaching, along with guys in the Facebook group. Watch it. It's the first few minutes. And the thing about it is that we really are not doing it correctly. We need to do it a lot better. And because, well, let's put it this way. A lot of guys, they take a picture and say, well, that's me. Okay, fair enough. That's you. All of a sudden, someone else puts another picture. And then the algorithm has a choice. The algorithm looks at the guy that took care of the picture, did a good job at his picture, or you. Just you. That's me. Who is the algorithm going to present the female to? The guy that took care of the picture, or the guy that you? The guy that's just you. It stands to reason that they're going to be showing out the picture out to the guy that's getting most of that put some work behind it. So make sure that you guys put some work behind it, because we're not doing this right. We're not doing online dating correctly. So I strongly recommend that you guys watch this video. It kind of addresses some of that, and there's a lot of strategy behind it, because it's not just like the top 10% of the guys will get 80% of the women. No, it's a lot more than that. It's more like the top 5% will get 100% of the women. They get an incredible amount of numbers, and it's exponential. And so if a guy says, yeah, I'm happy with 5 to 10 likes per week, you shouldn't be. Absolutely not. That's bullshit, because it's not about the looks here. It's about the image that you're portraying. So watch this video. It's 30 minutes. It's a webinar that took place, and it's going to be continued in a couple of days on Wednesday, November 6th. Now, the continuation of it, in order to be in it, you have to join. You have to sign up and join the membership of Men's Divorce Coach. It's $4 a month. 4 simple bucks a month, where I'm going to have regular webinars. So make sure that you guys join. This is just the beginning of it, and we're going to continue on it and build and build and build. And everything from right now, just like online dating, building pictures. You're going to see some results from some really good pictures of guys getting hundreds of likes. And also, you're going to see how, like, not to get catfished, how not to waste your time. All that stuff, what to do during the first date. So make sure you guys sign up for membership. I can assure you, you will not regret it. You will be very happy. And when you do, I'll reach out. I'll reach out to you guys individually. Just give me your information. I'll be more than happy to reach out and thank you. So that way, you guys can give me one-on-one ideas and see what works and your thoughts. But make sure you sign up. Okay, join. Click on join. You'll see the link, and the link of the video that's coming in the description section. You're going to see the link to join, so that way you guys yourself could participate on the webinar just the way these previous guys did. Okay? Thanks a lot, man. Take care.
So I asked the guys in this group, in the blue group, question, online dating, how many likes are you getting? And a lot of guys say that it does not work. 62% of the guys said that they're getting 0 to 2 likes a week. Just a few guys are saying that they're getting 10 or more, 14. I did skip one, which was Mike Dumbass. See, there you go. Dan's going to point it out again, because he's a fucking pointer outer. So, love you, Dan. It was, you guys could do the math to say how much it was. But for the most part, nearly 2/3 of guys saying they're getting 1 or 2 likes a week. And that's no bueno. Because we're putting this, look at this, and I purposely had spots on the mirror to show, because that's how much time we put in. That's a good picture of me. That's what I represent. Yeah, sure. When we want this, but we're getting this. And let's face it, fuck, we're not getting the quality of women that we want. And when I say quality, let me just define quality. It's not just this, which is pretty fucking good quality. It's also a professional. It's also somebody that's it would be at income level, be it, just everything, not just the aesthetics of it. So we're banging our head, because this is all we're getting. Again, going back, this is what the average guy is getting. And there's an algorithm that takes place. You guys think like something that's was eye-opening for me is that there's an algorithm that they don't just show it up to everybody like the pictures. What online dating does, it is going to show you to particular people. It's first you put on the pictures and it's testing you out, and it's going to try to see, okay, this is the type of person that likes him. If a girl's swiping and then you're left, 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 and then she looks at you for a second, takes her time and pauses, and then left. That's still you got her attention. So the algorithm noticed that. And so the more you fall into the likes of girls, the more you are going to be shown. So a lot of guys, what they go is they go out there and they start trying online dating, half-assing it, like like this Yahoo, and they're like, "Fuck, I'm getting only girls like this. What's up with the Cindy's, the baddies, as my son would say?" And that's because the algorithm knows even to the detail of income, how to place you. And when you think about it, if I was a matchmaker and all of a sudden like you give me a half-ass picture of you, and I have to choose between that and someone put a better picture, like a better quality picture, not just looks, but better quality picture, they put more time into it, I'm going to pick the other person. And to think about it is take it even further. You guys, let's suppose you have a female friend that's beautiful, that's hot, and you got two guys. You're going to set her up as the hot guy. The algorithm is doing the same thing that you guys are doing. I was talking to Jerry about this, and we were addressing it because it's based on the ELO system. It's kind of, it says it's not, but the ELO, has anybody besides Jerry, is anyone familiar with the ELO system? My Viking friend, could you
No.
explain it a little bit?
Well, I mean, it's basically just used to rank, it's usually used in sports. I think it originally comes from chess. So it's basically
Yes.
used to rank different teams depending on how they play against each other. I mean, what the results are against each other. That's basically what it is. But I guess I had a different question, and that is, so this algorithm that determines the women you're shown to swipe, or because I mean, the women who like you, I mean, that's you can't really
The
determine that.
women you are shown to, the algorithm is determining which women you're being shown to and vice versa.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Do they
Makes
all
sense.
work the same? I mean, are all the apps the same, or there's some better?
There's going to
This
be
is
some that are Bumble is probably like the one that has the most on that's restricted that way. And so you have to update your profile regularly as well. You have to be on the app for a while. I mean, you have to, that's why I never tell guys to hire a photographer. One guy hired a photographer again, and I told him, don't do it. And he's now his pictures are his own. He learned to take his picture because you got to update it regularly. Bumble is known for that part of the algorithm. I would argue that there's maybe Hinge is another one, but something like Match, you have I'm believing I'd like to believe it has a little more control. You have a little more control on it.
So what if you've
So
already
you have
screwed up your algorithm? How do you fix it?
yeah, you up. Very good question. It does take time. So yeah, it takes time, but you still fix it. It does. It just needs one hot chick. So get one of your hot friends or
Start
whatever
over
and
with a
say,
new
dude,
email address, right?
Yeah, and then you have to also
that has
erase your
occurred to me.
metadata. You also have to get rid of your old photos and erase the metadata because they keep track of it. So it's like you have to do new email, possibly a new number, and yeah, you can't use the same photos, and you got to erase if you do. They detect the photo, and then you got to erase the metadata.
Even the IP address of your computer you're using or cell phone will allow them to track you.
Oh wow, yeah, that actually makes
Phone number.
sense. Because when I swapped over from one phone number to another and then kind of restarted on Bumble, I did use some nicer photos. One that someone did take of me, so I wasn't sitting there holding the camera, and posted those photos. And of course, spent a little money, but I was definitely getting a lot higher quality women liking than I did the first time around on the older phone number with just the handheld sitting in a chair photos or sitting in a car photos. so that makes sense. And plus, income and everything else was batted in there. So yeah, that makes sense.
And then for those of you guys that don't want to go through all that shit, and you already posted it. Well, Eric, you got me as a fucking resource. Some kind of my feelings are hurt, but
No,
besides that,
I'm doing good now. I'm going on a date tomorrow. So
For me,
I was struggling at first when I was getting into all this a couple of years ago and everything, but I've kind of settled into my rhythm. I'm not on the 10 or more a week. I'm on 3 to 5 a week, which is plenty for
no,
me.
that's what you think. We'll get to it. No, you're still limiting yourself. Sorry, I'm gonna cut
Really?
you off later, and we're gonna get to
Uh,
that.
all right.
Hassan, you had a
yeah, I mean, this is also an opportunity to improve. Definitely, I'm looking forward to the tips you're going to give. But for me, when
oh,
I was getting the 0 to 2, it was just inspiration because I know a certain percentage of guys, like the top 1 or 2%, are getting like a lot of the swipes. So for me, it's like realizing that, it's going to suck, but it's going to have an exponential payoff, at some point and not giving up and keep going.
I mean,
That
just looking from the chart here, there's a big difference from the first graph to the second graph. So each one is quite a drastic change. So
so
Yes. So what does it take to get from that to, the bottom, right? It's like time in the gym and photos.
oh yeah, dude. We're actually gonna hit that more on Wednesday. This is kind of like the situation where you're at, where you guys are going. Pictures, the quality of the picture matters more than just your looks. OkCupid did a 500,000 person study. That's what at the time it was the biggest study done on the internet, and it found what it did is it put men and women, separated them, and then it wanted to see like how they're messaging other people. At the same time, they asked men to rate women from 0 to 5. I don't know why they didn't even get a
I've seen
10,
this.
but yeah, you seen it, yeah. So hold
Yeah,
on
I've
a
seen this
second.
graph. Yeah.
Probably you showed it to us, Renee. This is one of
Yeah.
your favorite graphs, and it's very enlightening.
yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah, you fuckers. Never mind then. All right.
I don't know what I did. I can't actually see your screen share anymore. I've been trying to find it. I changed
You
one
were
of my
looking.
views.
There's a little
Yeah, I
button
don't
up
know.
top. It'll say Renee Garcia's screen. I don't know if you see that all the way up top. I don't know if you're on Windows or what you're
On
on.
Windows, yeah.
Do you see something like where it says Renee Garcia's screen?
Oh, okay. I was in full screen. Thank you.
You guys could see basically
Wow.
guys will go, the hotter the chick is, the more that they're gonna message the girl. Girls think for the most part guys are not that attractive. In fact, that makes the argument of the 65 to 70%. It's more about like the picture, the image that you're portraying, the story that you're telling them, and that you're telling the female, because 0 to 1, that's where the girls are, most of the women rate the guys, but then the point of the story is that women are more prone to message guys that message unattractive guys than men are to message unattractive women. It is not necessarily all about the looks. It's more about the what's going on around you. And same study, OkCupid looked at the messaging, and you could see that women are going to peak at their messages at about 21. Now, this has been done. OkCupid, by the way, they were bought out by the other companies that had online dating. So the data is even more robust now, and by the way, kind of gives a credence to this, because even here the data is more robust when it comes to this. Like Match has a little more curvilinear. Tinder has it more tilted, more even. Most guys are ugly.
So
So
I heard that actually has to do with the fact of how casual the apps are. That's what I heard. So the more
yes.
casual the apps, the worse the men are rated, generally speaking.
And what's your strength there, Jerry?
Huh?
Do you remember one strength?
My strength
Yeah,
for
finder,
sorry?
learner. How could I memorize that? You're a learner.
Yeah, I guess I okay,
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense. Yeah, so basically,
So
which is why I think maybe, I mean, I haven't tried Hinge, but maybe that might work. I think for that one as well, I think it's 50-50 men and women as well. I think Bumble is something like, what, 60% men, 40, and I think Tinder is something like 70% men.
yes, I have all that data, but not in this slide. But yes, it's overwhelmingly women, overwhelmingly guys in their 20s. So it's a sausage fest. And I'm sorry, overwhelmingly men. It's a sausage fest, Tinder. It's like, what is that one? That one where it's like an Ashley Madison, I would say. But
Uh-huh.
You see that it's, but Match is probably the one that has the closest when it comes down to the ratio. Same study again, as going back 21%, at the age of 21, that's when the women peaks. And that's when they get the most messages. And when you guys are now out in the field and you're going to start dating, you're going to see like, well, 35, 40, 45-year-old girls, well, maybe 40 and up, they're not as demanding as I remember them. And I think a lot of them that's because the reality hit them. Yeah. Back in this age, I couldn't get laid in Tijuana, known for prostitution for the you guys that don't live in LA. But so, but once you hit 26, men start passing the equaling the women, and then they start getting more messages than women. And then you guys are going to say, but why? Why? It's not. There's a reason for that. But done correctly, by the age of 48, you're going to double. Then we'll double the amount of messages that women get.
Now, those graphs, by the way, it's not a question, it's more a statement. Wow, that's amazing. The messaging turn down, because I'm about to turn 45. Holy crap! It's almost not even half of what it used to be.
Yeah, but James, you got to do it right. That's the caveat. You got to do it right, because you don't want to be at the 0 to 2.
Yeah,
so,
definitely a lot. I don't know. Like, damn.
So,
What if you expand that graph out another 15 years?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
yeah, I'm afraid
Yeah.
I'm afraid that at the time it was like a young thing and stuff. So we're like, yeah.
Let me interject here. So the women that are my age, and even my ex-wife, who's slightly older than me, they only date guys that are your age, actually, mid-50s. They love men. They're in their mid-50s. They view them as very secure, very confident. They kind of know what they want in this world. Da 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 da. But yeah, I was looking at that last month, and even talking to my ex-wife, I was like, really, 50, 55, 57? Okay, yeah. I'm about to turn 45. I guess, naturally I make pokes and jokes, especially when I met one of her boyfriends, we had oh, you're the old man. I was like, yeah, you're the old man, that old jokes back and forth. But yeah, that's kind of where a lot of the girls that are my age and slightly older are actually looking for, to be honest with you.
The reason for
Right.
that has
Right.
also to do with the children. They want grown ass. You guys get this question a lot. What's your custody schedule look like? They don't have to ask that anymore.
Exactly.
The average person spends 3 seconds viewing a picture. So your idea is to capture their attention, and make the pictures high quality. So that way you're gonna drastically get the attention of other people. So here's I don't know if you guys he was in a webinar with me, Deep, and here's his camera taking his selfie. He's practicing right here, and I can't move this, but in his hand he's got his clicker to take his pictures. This room was clean. It is my room. It was clean, but when it was people live, it gets I asked them to bring the whole closet. So, but they taking pictures and pictures and pictures. So we're turning this into this, and the dude is up to like 200 to 300 likes a week now. So,
wow.
So
I'm told with pictures, you don't want to try too hard though either. You don't want to look like a professional did it, right? Is that right, Renee?
Hassan, what is the art of not trying too hard and making it look so? You remember that?
Esperante. No, Esperante. I want to say Esperante, but Esperante.
Sprezzatura, isn't it?
Sprezzatura.
Who said it?
David got it.
Sprezzatura.
Yep.
I follow fashion. That's a common term in fashion.
Wait, who's David? You follow fashion?
Yeah, I'm really into it.
You just no. That's cool. You just
yeah.
It's gonna sound weird. You just gave me a chubby. That's awesome. Totally badass, dude. Like I dress my significant other. That's how like sick I am about stuff.
Hey, we're maybe soulmates here, right?
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna call you, dude. Even if you have to put on a fucking napkin, put a presidential fold here. So, but just make sure you wear You look presentable. And why a suit? Why a suit, do you guys think?
Makes a
Well,
man look
What should
good.
you have?
women love it.
Look
It's
good.
yeah,
Yeah, ZZ Top.
Um,
Women
they
love
want
it.
a guy who's well put together, and yeah. They want a guy who's going to look good to their friends. Like women want their potential boyfriends to show that, show well to their own friends, right? Yeah, it's
because
very.
a suit is to a well-tailored suit on a male is to a female as lingerie is to a male. Okay?
Correct. Yeah.
It accentuates your really good parts, and so that's why a suit it enhances the shoulders. If you don't have wide shoulders, it'll make them bigger. If it's well tailored, it'll taper the waist. It does wonders for you. Um, so someone else, oh wow, look at him. Now, in his defense, he took this picture because I asked him I wanted to see the fit of the jacket. So I wanted to see the fit first. And then I told, this is Jerry, by the way. Jerry, do you want to say anything about it?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, so yeah, the only thing I want to say is that I think of all the pictures I took, I think the ones with my suit came out the best of all of them. So because I took some with just a dress shirt and some with what is it, a crew neck shirt, and yeah, really think the ones the suit came out well. So that was good. I also got some advice that's on the tie and some of the other stuff. So yeah, it's yeah, I like that one quite a bit.
David, yeah, one of the things, well, not the, Jerry, I had him do instead of the halfway insert to do the
Four in
four in
hand.
hand.
Yeah, that's the sexy knot. You got to go four in hand. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is Jerry, not to cut you up, but I say this to a lot of guys, and I'll do it as well when I'm in Miami or something, when I'm recording, because I don't have any. This is a napkin, is that correct, Jerry?
Yeah, that's a napkin. That's right. Yeah.
Figured out,
So
yeah.
I thought about getting a pocket square, and I did order one.
No,
To arrive in time. So yeah.
no. Of course, I get it. No, it's a picture. It's not like a girl's gonna say that's an so just do it, and I'll put like a clip in my back when I'm recording if something's fitting me big. So that's what people do. So it's totally. Um, hey, and then I'm wearing French cuffs today, Jerry. By the way, because he's wearing French cuffs here.
Yeah.
So you can see that it's.
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, because I was trying on some clothes with Renee, and then I put one on, and he said it has French cuffs, and he was right. I mean, that was yeah, it's interesting because I didn't really notice too much about the dress shirts, but that's the nice thing about Renee is he's on top of that stuff, and yeah, I think the French cuffs help a lot. Yeah.
How many pictures would you say you took in total?
With regards, I mean, it was definitely hundreds. I mean, it may have been thousands. I don't know. I mean, of
Yeah.
all, yeah, yeah, it's been yeah, a lot. Yeah, I took about half of them with glasses, half of them without glasses, half of them smiling, half of them not smiling, just to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, I mean that's I guess once you get the clicker going, it's you can take a lot in quite a short time. So
Yeah, and when you think about it, well, first of all, he learned how to take his own pictures now. And so he could update regularly. He doesn't have to pay a photographer to do it. Second of all, a photographer doesn't, they're more in the picture. They take the picture, but they don't make you look hot. And Jerry's looking hot right there. And so that's the other part that I would say. And photographers do take hundreds and hundreds of pictures of you, and they're professional. So if they're doing it, you might as well do it too. Okay, so I don't know. Going back to this, I want you guys to see something. There was a study done in 2011 that's called "What Makes You Click," right? And the bottom 10% of guys, this is marginal utility. Is what percentage they were getting of likes. And so you could see that it's going up and going up. The higher the percentile they go, but then look what happens. If you're the top 5%, it's not, it's exponential, the look. So that's why when people say like they're getting 5 to 10, no, you should be a lot more than that. You should
That's a
be,
hockey stick, Grant.
that's the hockey stick. And frankly, What I would say is it it's not necessarily it's not the looks. It is what you put into the picture. So the more the women are it's putting you out there. It's putting you out there in front of other people. So it's in front of women. So um, this is this is and I'm not exaggerating. Um, they get more than 100% of the messages or likes. I was getting. I say this with humility. I was probably getting about 200 likes a day, not a week, a day, and it's because of the quality of the picture.
Not always the best thing either, though. That's a lot of crap to filter through.
Oh yeah, you could be you get to totally. You get to be like you get to. There was a girl that like she and I on and she's like, let me see, and we traded. And I'll show you guys her like the guys that were trying on her, and if you guys show up to the Wednesday, but she was like, "Wow, that's more than I have." Basically, it's what you put into it. So online dating has its issues, but you have to embrace them. Or if not, you're going to limit yourself, and the quality of the picture is about 65% of the person. So also dating apps will take into account and all that stuff, but some people will hire people to set them up, but I wouldn't do that. You could. I think this should be something a part of your development,
I'm
personally.
just, I'm noticing.
No, no, no. I'm sorry. I didn't mean you.
No, no,
The
no.
data that you're asking, it's available, but I don't have it.
Yeah, because I'm noticing like Plenty of Fish tends to be a whole lot more some college and high school
Mhm.
graduates. But yeah, there's master's degree and bachelor's degrees kicked in. But then, on the Match and the OKC and Bumbles and whatnot, the high school grads are very few and far between. But then, you get more of the PhDs and master's degrees there. So
There is data on that, but I don't have it available. And uh, what I could tell you is Match was the one that had the more mature. Hinge had a better quality, but as far as so what we're gonna do, so I just wanted to give you guys the breakdown of this situation of online dating. You need to take dating as a developmental opportunity rather than have it come to you because you're gonna make the same mistakes if you don't do that. If you don't try to learn and develop yourself from it, you could meet a girl and next thing you know, you could just make her your friend, and that's a pretty cool thing. So it doesn't have to be a romantic thing. And to hire matchmakers, I think you're severely not only limiting yourself to somebody else that's making decisions for you, it's also at the same time kind of like they're not going to tell you how to do things, how to post and so forth, and what to wear. They're just going to set you up with someone, and I'm I don't know how much growth that could be. And you kind of have to do to develop and grow in order to continue. It's not you're going to repeat the same mistakes. What I would say, and uh,
You're like a real life Hitch, by the way.
I try. I try. My girlfriend hates it and she hears that. But guys, seriously, I on Wednesday, we're just scratching the surface. On Wednesday, we're going to get more deep into like how to take pictures and so on. Uh, and I really hope you can make it. It is being switched again from the general to going into more YouTube because, well, I think doing through membership is going to give you the opportunity to keep confidentiality, and that's something that I struggled with the whole time all these years, and then it hit me. So, um,
Renee,
ask
one
one
thing I
right.
do want to point out, and you probably can't see it, but just so everybody knows, the cameras actually have trouble dealing with the very tight stripes of Renee's shirt.
Oh no, I could totally see it, dude. As soon as I put it on, I'm like, motherfucker, yeah.
Very
All
cool.
right, so before I bury any more, I'll shut up then. But
Yeah. You know what happened? This is a brand new shirt that I just ordered. I put it on probably an hour or so before because I was excited to try it on, and then I'm like, okay. But yeah, I'm very aware that the stripes are distorting. So yeah,
What
pretty
one quick
much.
question. You don't mind?
Yes, yes, sir.
The links for the Wednesday sessions and things, because I'm assuming you're going to have those on a fairly regular basis. Where are we going to find those?
Well, hold on, I'm trying to upgrade my.
I mean, I know you sent me one, and for the first meeting, but what about subsequent meetings?
Yes, yes. They're going to be, because you're a member, they're going to be in the description now.
In the description of the YouTube video?
Yes,
Okay.
of the upcoming video. So what happens is other people can't see the description, only the members can. So they won't be able to. So what happens is that's going to be through Zoom. So what's going to happen is the next meeting is going to be just like this through Zoom, but you have to do it, become a member on YouTube in order to do it. And it's only what,
It's $4 a month or something.
$4 a month. Yeah, it's $4 a month. So I don't want to make it any more than that. But
yeah, no, I was just curious how to. A lot of the online stuff. I mean, I use computers at work when I was working all the time. But a lot of this social media stuff is kind of foreign to me.
yeah, it is, and that's online, social media. This online dating is total social media.
Yeah.
And take it serious. I think it was David that said initially, like, says, I'm not there yet, but but I want to get, learn. And that is the best thing you could do. Start learning and start practicing, because no bullshit. Like, taking your pictures at first, you're gonna look all dorky.
Yeah,
And
I ordered
then,
some. I ordered some tripods and stuff. I think you recommended that in one of your videos. So I'll
yeah,
play with
exactly.
it.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely, and we'll address posing and all that kind of stuff and the thing on Wednesday. But so I do hope you guys can join us. What you do is you go basically to the event section on Facebook, and on Facebook you guys should be able to see it. So you guys just go to the link and join. You, Michael, you already have everything. So
yeah, I have it.
and
You sent it to me.
Yeah.
On my text. Yeah.
Exactly. So if anyone, please just don't wait till the last minute, because what would happen is it's gonna be hard to get a hold of me the last minute, so the last hour. So please don't do that, because then I'm gonna feel like I ripped you guys off and all that shit. So please don't. Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you,
Take
guys.
care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.